more rain. And the field that we want to have our little charity event in is absolutely sodden. Not looking good. I hate to say it, especially with all the work the girls have put in to putting this thing on. If it doesn't dry up soon, this isn't going to happen, because I don't want the mess. So the area near the brow hill isn't too bad. This is where we're going to put caravans and campers out on this bit where nobody can see them. But it's to get to this bit, you have to get across that wet bit. And to be honest, it's going to chew the place up awful. So anyway, fingers crossed, if we get a week of dry, we can still do this. But just watch this space, watch the social media from myself and my daughters, because we will probably make a final decision a couple of days before the event kicks off. But if it doesn't dry up, then we won't do it. We won't do it now. We'll maybe do it later in the year. We'll postpone it. We won't cancel it, we'll postpone it. But yeah, it'll be a real shame, because Holly especially, but Emma too, they've put a lot of time and effort into this. And we've got a lot of people coming. A lot of folks with little trade stands and a bar and music and you name it. Money's already been spent on preparing it, you know, notifications to the council and stuff like that, which was very kindly done by the bar. Actually, they did that for us, which we were grateful for. So they're doing quite a bit to support us, actually. But yeah, right, I'm just wandering around the rest of it. Grass is growing, but the water's just not going away. Anyway, morning world, and welcome to Friday, 15th of March. That's what I mean. 2 weeks, 15 days. And the intention is to have, I don't know, could be 150 people up there. We don't know. Yeah, stays like this. Yeah. And not holding my breath. Right, well, we've come down to our little wildlife reserve area, our little 1.5 2 acre plot of, well, most of it's left to nature. Obviously we mow it so we can get in and out. Also a bit of short grass. Some creatures like short grass, some creatures like long grass, and some creatures like the bit in the middle. But I thought I'd just come down and see how much, if any, of our frog spawn has survived, hatched, swimming around. I think there's still some over there not hatched, but looks of it. Quite a lot of weed on top of here, but definitely some movement going on in there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is absolutely alive with tadpoles. Can you see them? Absolutely alive with them. So it looks like everything's hatched, but they kind of need to move from there. That's not a good place to be. They kind of need to go in there a bit. There you go, folks. There's an escape for you. They are very busy in there, aren't they? Another couple of days, they'll all be gone. Trying to make a path out for them. They can swim out. Well, I reckon there's a reasonable chance most of those will live past day one. Okay, that's them with a bit of a refresh. They're all happy, nice clean, well, I'm calling it the yard, it's inside the shed, but it's the yard space, the loiter area if you like, the feed area. So I've just been on a bit of a refresh in their bed, but they've been having a roar around in there and they've gone and chewed it all up again, which is typical. It should look like that. So far, she doesn't seem to be bothered. So far, the cows haven't sussed. Thought I've refreshed the bed in here. So give it a couple of hours. They'll be in there and they'll either chuck it everywhere or they'll just lie on it. So last but not least is the steers. Put some straw in for them. I've given them 15 minutes lead time to break it up and chuck it around a bit, which is what they've done. Easier for me to throw it about once they've done that. So we're going to get in there and spread it a bit thinner. Go on, back up a bit. I've only got to do one side. A couple of them still go up there to sleep, but not so many. And because there's less of them going up there, there's less muck. Most of them are quite happy to stay down this end. So this is where I'll put the bulk of the bedding. Yeah, happy? Here we go. I'll let you sort the rest out yourselves, all right? You can kick that about a bit. Knock yourselves out. Whew. Warm. Right, that should, unless it throws it down and rain again tonight, that should keep them until Sunday. So Sunday, or probably Monday morning actually, we'll have a good clean out Monday morning because we've got a veterinary inspection Monday morning, so got the vet coming in to take some blood samples. I'd like to get a couple of samples for some of these to find out, so we can find out whether it's loose. I don't think it's BVD or anything like that, because if it was BVD, they would be looking a lot worse than this. Or whether it's I don't know what it is, whether it's a grub, something in the water. But yeah, so we'll try and get a couple of samples for these guys. Basically what they do, lift the tail up, it's a big vein, base of tail, go in there, take a blood sample, they'll take that away, test it, and basically it's like a health check on the herd. It's something we have to do now. Dairy herds that have routine checks, monthly checks and that, don't have to do this, but because we have very little in the means of veterinary inspections, basically it's TB testing and maybe dehorning and castration, that's it. We don't tend to need a vet for anything, but new EU regulations, anything going into the food chain that might go into Europe has to have an annual veterinary inspection. So the government have basically said to us, folks like me, well, you know, veterinary inspections, all these tests are quite expensive, so the government are basically footing the bill for this, which is why I don't mind doing it. I applied for and got a grant from the government to basically do a health check on our own animals. So yeah, well, if I can offer stuff like that, it's beneficial to me, beneficial to them, and it also means that anybody buying beef off us who hasn't got a clue who we are, I don't think it's just the beef product, I think it's like the hide, anything and everything. Anything that could be exported, any part of the animal could be exported to Europe, then you have to have this inspection. So, yeah. I don't think any bits of ours, I don't know what happens to the hide, I'll be honest. The hide of our animals, I don't know where it goes. So, it'd be one of the things, part of the butcher's perks, if you like. Well, you might not say it's a perk, you might say it's an expense, he has to get rid of them. But there is value in leather. So, you know, is that a pair of shoes for somebody in the next few years? You know, or a handbag or a belt? who knows? I don't actually know where the leather goes from these guys. So I would rather it was reused than incinerated. But yeah. Maybe I'll try and find out when I take the next lot in for slaughter, which is, excuse me, next month. Maybe we'll find out. So yeah, so we've got 2 more animals going in for slaughter. Unfortunately, the beef packs are coming back to me on the same day as we're doing our TB reading for our next TB test. So that didn't work out, so I'm going to try and find someone to go to Dursley and pick up the boxes for me, because we're going to be doing castrates and dehorns on these little calves. So, well, what's here, we might as well get it done, so before they go out. Right, 12:15, and I've only had 1 cup of tea today, so I'm going to make that 2 before lunch. That's right, you ain't got to get up for me. Just come to make sure you're all right. So, okay, they're happy enough. Right, I'm off over to my dad's in a minute. So, he's had his electric bill for the barn. Our little barn that sits on top of the hill. They want to charge him, was it 68 pence a day standing charge for a power supply that we might use for 1 month a year if we've got the dryers on, the fans on, and they're estimating his bill with the rate of the electric they're charging him, which is something ridiculous. This estimated bill for next year is going to be, or was it this year, just shy of £1,000. Yeah, we're not having that. We just see how the guys are getting on. They've had to abort their job today. It was too wet, so they're on logging, and I think they've almost finished. You be careful you don't strain something there, mind. Yeah, he looks like he might strain. Note for me, mother. Is that right? Okay. Not much left then. Oh well. Yeah, we can't get to that, so. Well, the option was to take the tractor over with the trailer and do it, but it's kind of no point really. Yeah. Right. We really need it to dry up, and it's not just for the farm anymore now. So with the tree company, we've got quite a bit of work booked to go and do, but it's either too, well, it's just too wet. We've got a couple of places we've got to get in with the cherry picker, and we can't. It's like we've got some trees to take down over garages and fragile roofs. Well, I mean, you could climb it, but we've still got to carry everything out through sodden gardens. So we can't get cherry picker anywhere, as was demonstrated the other day. We even got it stuck in our own field. And some of the nice gardens we go to, they don't want us doing their work because, well, we're going to chew their lawn up. So yeah, work's starting to get a little bit shy now, as in work we can do. So, and it's the wrong time of year. Everything's coming into bud, so now is not really pruning time now. Yeah, I might have to send them back over to the woodland for a week or so and take some more right down there. Get some of that felled and down before birds start nesting. Burn up the rubbish, and we'll go back in the summer when it's dry enough. We can get in there and pick it up and extract it out. So yeah, sunshine, more of that. That's what we need. Right, just got back from my dad's. Hopefully sorted out his electricity. Well, what would you call that? Rip-off? £1,000 a year to put power into a barn. I mean, I know those fans drink a bit of electricity, but £1,000? I don't think so. Anyway, so I've had a chat with my brother, and we're switching over to Eon. I believe he was with British Gas. Don't quote me on that. I think I'll check. Hang on, I'll check. I'll come back. I'll tell you. Yep, British Gas. That's who we were with. So we're switched over to Eon, and instantaneously we've knocked about 35% off the bill. and he's not even started yet. So he's gone from 60 something pence a day standing charge to 40, and the unit price has dropped by about 10-12 pence as well. So British Gas weren't interested in reducing his tariff, and we've sort of Michael rung him up and said, you know what, it's a barn, stands by itself, it doesn't use it. No, that's the price, take it or leave it. So we're leaving it. Anyway, I'm hoping you're hearing this as stereo. I've had issues with my Rode 2. I've had issues with the media mod, although I don't think the media mod was that bad. And I've had issues with the little cable that goes between. So we've had breakdowns in sound. And I don't think it was always just one thing. Anyway, I was messing with this day before yesterday, and I managed to turn it completely off. And then couldn't work out how to put it back on. I went on YouTube trying to work out how to put it back on. Turns out it's really simple. All I was doing was pressing that button, the on-off button, too long. You're supposed to just tap it, not press it and hold it. That's what I was doing. So basically this disconnected from the receiver, and I was there going, oh, well, I've got to hold the button in. No, you just tap it. So anyhow, I found the right video, which was spot on. It was 40 seconds long, told me exactly how to put it right, and hopefully stereo. To the point I'm actually going to go in the house now and download the SD card and just play this bit back just to see if we've got stereo. So I hope so, because it's like a few quid's worth of audio kit. And it ain't that old. I mean, when did I start using the doubles? The Rode 2, I think I started using about Christmas. So I haven't had time to break it properly yet. Right, it looks like I still haven't sorted out my sound problem. Even with dropped it. Even with both of these, currently my receiver is basically set to a mix, so you can see one thick bar going at the top, and even if I swap that over to the two little bars, you can see like that. So pull the mics up close, one up close, one not. I think it's still only going out of, on my computer, it's going out of the right hand speaker, not the left. So I don't know quite what, because I basically reset the whole thing, it's factory reset. So there's a fault somewhere, but I don't know if it's the cable or I'm not really sure what to do about that, to be honest. So where's the old one? Not there. What have I done with that? Well, that might be in there actually. There it is. That's my old cable. So if I unplug this now, that goes, you should now have sound through the camera. If I plug this back in with my old curly cable, you should have now sound coming back through these guys. So what have we got on there? So according to that, so I'll put it back to mix together. Alright, so that's the new cable off. Both microphones. If I turn microphone number 2 off, and now I'm only using microphone number 1, as far as I'm aware, this is still going to be coming out of just one speaker, and I don't know why.